Hey everybody. First off, welcome to Done with Dieting Live. This takes place every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and I'm so happy to have you here. So I just want to give everybody a minute to come on. When you do come on, please let me know where you're from and what brought you to today's Done with Dieting Live. So I am Kathryn. I am a holistic nutritionist, fitness expert, ex-fitness competitor, hypnotherapist. God, so many things here. I specialize in disordered eating, emotional eating, and really helping to free women from dieting so that they can truly thrive in life in a body that they love, releasing them of all limitations and playing small and any blocks that are keeping them from keeping the weight off for good and really living that life that they so desire at their core. So that's my specialty. That's what I do. And it's an absolute gift and an honor. And today I'm really excited to be here with you. So I have my computer here so that I can answer any questions. So if you see me looking down, that's why. So a few things, again, when you come on, just say who you are and what brought you to today's Done with Dieting Live. So today we're talking about turning hardships into healing without turning to food and coming out on top. If you've been following me for a while, or if you're on my list, yesterday I sent out an extremely vulnerable blog about 2017 for me and all that I went through. So I really shared very, very openly, and it's not easy. It's definitely something that doesn't come easy to me. And I'm actually sitting here now on Facebook Live sharing with anybody one of the hardest years that I've had in my entire life, which was last year, and where I had fraud, identity theft, cancer, 2 surgeries with cancer, froze my eggs, and then was quarantined, had a bad reaction to the radioactive iodine, had a bad reaction to the egg freezing, and essentially was on bed rest twice. And I'm somebody that's in the health and fitness world, and for a good few months in there, I was kind of mandated to really not move more than 15 minutes a day, which is challenging when you're the way that you live your life is based on moving, being outside, being off your sofa. And the fact that I didn't turn to food when I had come from being an emotional eater and having that as my primary source for coping with life for most of my life is very telling to the work that I do. Because people always say to me, well, you know, and one of the things that I do and that I teach is really how to lose weight and keep it off for life, to never go back to dieting, to be free from calorie counting, from weighing yourself, and really come back to home, to know yourself at such a deep level. And to just love you at such a deep level. I have to take a minute here because I'm seeing so many beautiful faces. Oh my God, ladies. Oh my God, I've got Carissa, we've got Jill, we got Michelle, Joni, my heart. Oh my gosh, and Joy. Okay, this is amazing. I know there's always more people that I don't get to see. They come up later, but please say where you're from, what brought you here. Those are ladies from my community that just, they're little angels that just light me up. So thank you for being here, guys. And thank you all of you for being here. So like I said, this is one of the most vulnerable shares that I'm doing, and or that I've done to date, I should say, not doing. And what this is really about is I've been, you know, I guess what I'd be coined as an influencer. Some people say I'm a healer. Influencer kind of feels a bit more aligned, although healing does as well. But so in this space that I'm in, I feel like it's really my job to share, and if I could go back in time, I would have brought you all with me on the journey that I went through. Unfortunately, I was not in any space. I had no idea the journey that I would go on. I kept thinking it was going to end at some point, and it just kept going and ended up being a fully challenging 12 months, really. And And I also believe there's power in coming out the other side and being able to share from a powerful place all that I learned. So I really believe that it's my job. And I also really believe that I went through what I did so that I could share with you, so that you could learn from the lessons and the experiences that I had. So yay me. And I also believe that I go through it so that you don't have to. That's really my hope, that you hear something from what I share that brings you some level of awareness, understanding, inspiration, motivation, or insight into moving through something that you're faced with. So one thing that I want to say is I received just so many gorgeous emails. Michelle, I love you, girl. Hello from Atlanta. So I received, thank you all for being here. And if I'm saying anything at any time and you have any questions, please post them and I'll make sure to answer them. And we have a great gift for you at the end. So please stay on. It's something that I use to really help myself this past year, and I would love for you to have it. And then we're also going to be taking this conversation over to our private Done With Dieting group, where I'll be answering more of your questions, and I'm actually going to be doing a live in there tomorrow. So if you're not a part of that community, please join. That's where you get more of me in a deeper capacity, and get more support from me in a different way. And I'm able to answer your questions, and I do a Facebook Live in there monthly answering questions, and I'd really love to help support you there as well. And the women feel more comfortable because it is a private space. So I just wanted you to know that. So definitely join Done With Dieting, and we'll put a link below to that. But stay tuned till the end for our gift. So one of the things that I wanted to share is in this past year, there's priceless lessons that I learned, and I really, really want to share them with you. Like I said, I got an immense amount of emails that were just so beautiful and heartfelt, so thank you all for your love. And I also received emails that just said, God, Melissa, you know, I feel bad going through, I thought what I went through was bad, but in comparison to you, it's nothing. Ladies, please don't compare anything that I went through to yourself. You have to have compassion. To each his own. You know, my experience could have been a hell of a lot worse, to be honest. It really could have been worse. I could not be here right now, or it could have had stage 4, or, I mean, there's an immense amount. And I also know it could have been a lot easier too. Definitely wasn't easy. But so I just want you to honor your experience and honor where you're at. And turning hardships into healing. Hardships can be anything. It can be just going through a hard time, going through a divorce, going through a miscarriage, going through loss of a loved one, going through starting a new business, not being happy with the one that you're at, wanting your body to be different, breaking your leg, you know, when you finally started to feel excited, or having another. I always receive emails about women that get re-injured when they just start to feel good. Finding out that you're being cheated on. I mean, it can just go on and on. Hardships are hardships, and that's called life. So what we want to do is, how can we turn lemons into gold? How can we take things that are hard and challenging and make them the things that catapult us, make them the catalyst for living our best life yet? That is something that I was so committed to, and to be honest with you, I had absolutely no idea how I was going to do it. But I woke up each day and I committed to that intention. And that's what I want to share with you. So get a pen and paper, please. I'm going to make this simple. I know that as much as I would love to sit here with you all, you're in my home. Welcome. And I would love, honestly, I could sit here and talk to you guys for days. My clients know this. I have a hard time ending our sessions because we have so much to always talk about. But I also know that, quick is helpful. So if you do ever want to sit here and do a 2-hour session, 2-hour Facebook Live, I can definitely do that. So if that's something that you want, put that below and we can create different content for that. Right now, the Facebook Lives are really on a 30-minute, let me give you some good, quick tips that you can put into action to really create the change that you want to see with your body and in your life, right? So one of the first things, and I also want to preface this, I'm going to share some things with you that I'm sure you've heard. And I really hope that the way that I share them is going to speak to you. So I don't ever see anybody as competition with what I'm doing. I think we're all here to help bring others to the best version of themselves through whatever avenue that is. And people will sometimes say to me like, oh, Melissa, I heard this and I feel bad that I shared it in the group. And I'm like, please don't feel bad. I love that you heard something that spoke to you and that you're sharing it. It's okay that it didn't come from me. I don't care as long as you get what you need. My commitment to you is your happiness. My commitment to you is taking you higher. Whatever means that is, that's fine with me. If it's me, if it's somebody else, I don't care as long as you get the message. So like I said, I'm going to be sharing some things with you today that you might have heard before. I believe that wisdom comes to all of us in the most simplistic form. I truly believe that someone's at my door. Don't they know I'm doing a Facebook Live? Hold on one second.
Sweetie?
Oh, I'm in the middle of something online. Okay.
Tomorrow morning I just have to come in and trim the tree.
Okay.
So you're gonna take it out?
Okay.
Because you're gonna trim it.
I really want a live video right now. Can I come back out?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hi guys. Wasn't that fun? Okay. Oh, this is Daisy. This is JJ. This is my friend JJ's dog. And she's small but mighty, as we can tell from her bark. Okay, so my apologies about that. And I just felt really bad because I think I sounded rude. I didn't mean to, but okay. So like I said, I'm going to be sharing some things with you. I believe that everything that we really desire in life comes in the most simple forms. I don't believe in overcomplicating, probably because I overcomplicated things for a very long time, and they just caused me to go into a space of overanalyzing and spinning instead of actually being in the action to get the results that I wanted. So when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to happiness, when it comes to our health, simple is best. So for all my controllers, for all my perfectionists, for all my overanalyzers and all my planners, we all go under that bubble of perfection. What I really want to share with you is simplify, simplify, simplify. Whatever it is you're doing, simplify it. So one of the things that I did in the morning, and I want to share this with you guys because I thought this was so cool. My best friend sent this to me. I don't know if you can see it. It's a gratitude jar, and yes, it is this big. And it comes with, she sent this to me for Christmas, and it's really perfect. I think she got it, and it comes with these little cards that you can see inside there, so I'll show you. And I write my gratitudes each day. So these little gratitude cards, and I put them inside. And for the past year, what I did, I'm going to put that back over there. For the past year, what I did was I just sat and I said, I know gratitude, coming back to gratitude, I'm in the space of so much fear and so much uncertainty. And I just have to get back to my truth. I have to get back to being grateful for what I have because I have so much and so many blessings. And if I keep focusing on all the things that I can't control, and my mind's going to go crazy and I'm never going to get anywhere. And in fact, I believe that I was only going to add to having cancer. So again, for those of you that don't know, so I had thyroid cancer last year, and I actually diagnosed myself. I knew intuitively that I had something wrong, and I had 3 doctors tell me that I didn't, and that there was no reason for me to get my throat checked. And I kept having this voice in my head, I am intuitive, and this voice kept saying, you know, get your throat checked, get your throat checked, and I listened. I'm a firm believer that we have to listen to our bodies. So this ties in with that, with gratitude. So I went and I pushed to have my throat checked. And then even when they came back and said there's nodules, they said, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Every woman has nodules. And I said, no, I'm not fine. And they said, well, there's no lumps, you're not sick, you have no symptoms. And I said, I don't care, I want to get it checked. And they're like, go have a needle put in your throat and go see. Well, I ended up having papillary carcinoma. And it was so scary. I don't think you ever want to get that call from a doctor that's like, I need you to come in tomorrow. Or essentially, they were like, right now, because I got the call at night. And I knew, I was like, I have cancer. And I went in, and that's what they told me. And it is a blur. I walked around in a blur for about 48 hours. And I didn't fully understand what was going on. So I share this with you because in the midst of all of that, I had no idea what the journey would be. and gratitude grounded me in the blessings that were in my life, and it brought me so much clarity. So each day, every day, all year, I filled up 3 different journals. I called it my gratitude journal. I would say, I am grateful for. And I would do it morning and sometimes at night too. And I brought it back to the most simple things, because throughout my journey, first off, it totally puts weight loss in perspective. So all those years that I was like consumed with weight, I just sat there going, God, what the hell was I doing? I just would do anything to have energy. I would do anything to feel happy and energized and whole, and to not have my health be compromised right now. I would do anything to not have another surgery ahead of me. I would do anything to wake up. So what ended up happening in the midst of that was I ended up having Epstein-Barr that came on. And so fraud, identity theft, there were a lot of different things. But I want to bring you guys back to these pieces. So gratitude with all of that, I started off the year and it's fraud, identity theft, cancer, and then pump fake, like we got it. And then it was, and then 3 weeks later, after my surgery, they were like, I'm sorry, we didn't. You actually need to come back in and have another surgery. And then it was, and if you want kids, you should do something about that. So there was a lot to be faced with, and a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of fears, and a lot of, honestly, a lot of judgments on myself, a lot of things that can come up. So for any of you that are going through hardships, what happens. You start to get really introspective. You want to go into these old patterns that don't serve you. Beating yourself up is right there waiting, especially, I'm sitting there going, God, I should have just had kids and should I have gotten married to this guy, and why did I turn that one down? And, just all of these things that can come up. So when you're sitting there and you're going through different hardships and things that are going on in your life, I really want to encourage you to go back to the most simple thing in life, which is gratitude. And really look at yourself and go, what do I have right now that I can be grateful for? How can I find joy in who I am and all that I have, instead of sitting in a place of future tripping and fear and making myself wrong instead of making myself right? There is no healing that can happen when you are separating yourself further and further from your divine truth, right? Really hear that. So going back to gratitude, I would wake up and just sit outside and let the sun hit my face. And I would think, God, the fact that I can see, the fact that I can feel the warmth of the sun, the fact that the sun's shining and I woke up today. I read back days. There were days where I would just write, I'm so grateful that I slept through the night. I'm so grateful that I woke up with energy. I'm so grateful, and I had to get back to that space of the most simple things, because when we're in a space of desire and wanting and wanting and wanting, and we're in fear, we can spiral out of control. So gratitude is one of the first things that I want to tell you. And you don't have to have a gift of a jar this big. I have my clients create gratitude jars all the time, and I just get a journal and start doing that daily. Create a jar where you just put I'm grateful, and you put everything in there, and at the end of each month look back on it to bring yourself to this elated space of joy over just being you and the life that you have. Lise, you have no idea how much you have in comparison to the rest of the world. And I really believe that gratitude puts you in such a space of appreciation and such a divine place of abundance and happiness. And it puts you in a state of healing, self-healing. Because when we come for the perfectionist nature and the constant space of being in a self-help or self-development world, then you unfortunately are in this realm of believing that in some way you're broken and you need to be fixed. And I'll be the first person to tell you that that's the furthest thing from the truth. So really, really gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. One of the next things that the next piece that I want to share with you in turning hardships into healing, put my jar back, is aside from gratitude, is really coming back to a place of faith. So this past year, I definitely had a spiritual awakening myself. And I'm not here to preach about God or anything of that nature. I believe everybody's, has their own, whatever that is for you. I just believe in faith. And I'm highly spiritual. And I really see that when it comes to food and dieting, that I always say when you say yes to a diet, that's your first form of separating from yourself and separating from love, and trusting your body and trusting yourself and really being in that divine connection, because your body is always going to tell you what it needs. Just like my body kept telling me, get your throat checked, I saved my own life. Right? So if I would have listened to the 3 doctors, one of them being, an endocrinologist, I don't know where I'd be, because cancer wanted to spread in my body. And it was spreading to my lymph system. And even though it was small, those suckers were mighty. So you have to listen to yourself, and you have to be connected to your body. And what that means is you have to be connected to your desires. You have to be connected to who you are, and you have to love her up. So coming into faith, how did I cultivate faith? How did I get back into that space? So it started for me years ago, but it really, really took hold this past year, and it was because I was in such a place of fear. And so the only thing that I really knew to do was to surrender. And I really did. I mean, I sat and I just bawled. And I just said, I need you to help me. I need you to guide me and tell me what to do. Because I don't know what that is, and I don't know how to support all of the women that I've committed to and be strong. And I clearly know that I got this illness because something's not working, and I know that things need to change, and I already feel like I've been doing everything to make those changes, and I feel like I live a beautiful life, and I love me, and I do all the things that I tell people to do. So what's missing? And I really had to take a step back and just say, fill me up with faith. Give me the love. Give me the guidance. Give me the courage and the strength that I need. And give me the words when I have none. And give me the love for me when I don't feel it. And give me the courage and the fearlessness to step into who it is that you're guiding me to be. And even my connection to faith scared the crap out of me, because I've always been intuitive, but I started having insane visualizations and journeys and places that I was taken, and words and people appearing to me, and I mean, it just went on and on and on. And although I, again, already knew that, and I'm not saying that's going to happen to everybody, I'm just saying that it opened me up, and it was the most beautiful relationship and gift that I was ever able to receive. And not only was it a gift for me, but it's a gift for my clients and my community, because it enables me to be able to see for them the greater life that is meant for them, and to guide them towards that, and to be able to see where challenges and obstacles and blocks come up for them the same way I was able to see it for myself. So I have always been, I was able to cultivate the, clairaudient, clairsentient, so basically I was able to move into a space of being able to see, hear, feel, and just know things. And it was cultivating a relationship with myself and with the divine that is, to me, the greatest gift that I got. And I also just want to share with you that faith, whatever that is for you, source, universe, power, love for yourself, I believe it's all encompassing, that is something that turning to you, being connected to you, is one of the best things that you can ever have. So that is what will lead to any healing, and that is what will bring you peace in the hardships, because we're not given struggle. I really believe that it's a gift, and it's a catalyst for the change that we actually have been asking for and wanting at our core. But it pushes us to go to those levels that we otherwise wouldn't go. I was actually forced into a space of, having cancer. It forced me to a place of reflection. It forced me to take time off from my business and out of the busyness of doing and being and even healing, and coaching and all of these things that you would think like, oh, that's for you. It's more ways of just staying in the busyness. And I had to go into the quiet. So after step 2 to this, there's gratitude, but then there's the faith. And how do we get connected to our faith? We get connected to our faith in stillness. We get connected to our faith in the quiet. We get connected to our faith in meditation, in nature, in being in oneness, and allowing for the guidance that's actually within us, allowing for our intuition to speak to us and to take us to the higher places that we've been begging to go. For all those times that you sit there in your subconscious and that intuition within you is saying, God, I really wish I could do that, or I would so love that job, or I'm really desiring to be in this type of relationship, or my body keeps telling me to give up eating that food, or that I really want to do more yoga, but my mind's saying it's not enough of a calorie burn. You are being guided to your truth. You are being guided each day, every day, to what you want. And it is not this loud, resounding, people seem to think faith like, oh, but I can't hear it. It comes in whispers. It's this gentleness. It's this beautiful glorious nudge, and you have to trust it and keep saying yes to it, and then cultivate that. So one way to do that is, again, that I love me some journals. I write like a freak. I have journals. I've been journaling since forever, I think since I was like 7, and I encourage you all that if you want to cultivate faith and you want to cultivate your connection to yourself and you want to start to trust yourself, and because again, if you've been dieting for a long time, you don't trust yourself. You really don't. You don't trust your body. You are trying to tell yourself what you need to do in order to lose weight, but you're not in connection. I love the floating hearts. Thank you all so much. So if you're digging what I'm saying, please just like go nuts with hearts and smiley faces and something, because sometimes when you're doing these, you feel like you're talking to yourself. Because I'm essentially just staring at myself, and as much as I just enjoy this. So I really hope that this is speaking to you. Thank you. More floaters. So what I really want you to know, thank you guys. So when we're going back to this, how do you get in that connection? How do you start to trust yourself? How do you listen? Thank you. How do you listen to yourself? And how do you start to regain trust and connection with you when you otherwise actually don't really have it? And the way to do that is start to journal, start to write down what are the things that I'm asking for and what is the guidance. Go into meditation, sit in stillness, sit in quiet, go on a nature walk or a gratitude walk. Sit in that space and allow, and guys, when you're going for a walk, please don't be on your cell phone. Please don't listen to a podcast. Please don't listen to a Facebook Live. Please just listen to the sounds of nature. Listen to the sounds of the ocean or the birds, or just go and just feel the sun on your face. I don't care how cold or how hot it is. Go and be in that. That is where you will get connected, and just start to ask the questions that you're seeking. But don't just jump and sit there and go ask a question and then fire off another one and fire off. As women, we love to do that. If for some reason, if we don't hear an answer right away, we're like, let me ask it in another way. No. Just ask it and then listen and allow for the guidance. And even if it sounds like your own guidance, which it will, because it's you talking to yourself, that is your intuition. Yes. So start to write down what it says. Start sitting in quiet, right? Or go for a walk and start asking. Write a list of questions. Bring your little journal with you and write them down and go for this walk. And as it comes out, write down what the answer is. I don't care how crazy it sounds. And then give yourself a few days, see what comes from it, and start to act on it. So if it's like, go to the grocery store or go, connect with this person, or do, you know, or do that, or don't do this on that launch date, or make sure, or cancel that Friday night plan. You know, start listening and then see what comes from it. And start really doing that. Call it your intuition journal, right? Or your faith journal, and start doing that. Okay, so 1, gratitude. 2, coming into faith through stillness and through quiet, right? And if you're sitting there going, how in God's name do I meditate? I don't know what to do. I try to meditate, but it doesn't work. Just keep doing it, guys. Keep doing it. Sit. You don't have to meditate for long. I tell people, like, it can be a minute, it can be 2 minutes, it can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes, whatever it is. Just allow yourself that, and you will find that once you start doing it, your mind will crave it. When I work with my clients, I have them do it in a morning practice. I have them cultivate that time when your mind is in a malleable state. So it's like, meaning that when you first wake up, that's when your mind is most impressionable, and that's when you can feed it what you want. And it's before the controller's taken hold and the realistic you comes into place. So when you first wake up, just go and sit quietly in place by yourself, put a journal, write the questions, and just sit and listen. And one of my clients, is she here? Rebecca Tate. She's amazing. If any of you are entrepreneurs, you need to check her out. Rebecca Tate, amazeballs, love her. And what she said was, what was it? She actually told me this. It's called, oh, my phone's right here. I'm on it. I'm like, where's my phone? I think it's called Insight Timer. Insight Timer. And it's an amazing app for meditation. And it's free. It's awesome, and you can actually time yourself, or you can, and there's other ones. There's Simply Being. There's a great other ones. I love Insight Timer. Love it, love it, love it. Another thing that I will tell you to do that's really, really great is do a voice memo of affirmations and things that you want to hear. So this is my step 3. So Insight Timer goes into meditation. Okay, that was step 2, coming into faith, trust of self, quieting the mind, and having a morning practice. Now what we want to go into is step 3, which is feed your mind what you want to experience. So when you're having hardships, when you're having an incredibly challenging time, it is so easy for you to go into fear. Thank you for posting it. It's posted right there. It is so easy for you to go into fear, and I don't want you to go into fear. It was one of the hardest things, and Tony Robbins talks about this, in that there are 6 human needs. One of them is certainty, and one of them is uncertainty. People can thrive in both. The majority of people hate uncertainty. It makes them feel literally sick. So most of the women that follow me are perfectionists, and perfectionists feed off of control. This is why they diet. They love to have a diet plan. They love to know what they're eating. They love to know how to work out. They need to know exactly how to do everything and all the steps so that they can get to where they want to be. And what kills them, and why they're now done with dieting, or in my Weight Loss for Life programs, or my Body Bliss, is because they actually sit there and they start to go, oh my God, my plan isn't working anymore. I'm not able to diet and stick to it anymore. What is going on with me? What's wrong with me? I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. Well, it's not, your mind never wanted to do it. It just was able to do it for a short period of time, i.e. a diet, where you think that it worked, and then you've spent the rest of the decades or most of your life trying to get back to this one point in time where you dieted, lost weight. But the truth is, it never worked because you weren't able to keep the weight off. But now you spent decades trying to deprive yourself, and then you lose the weight only to gain it back again, because where we restrict will rebel. And then you sit there fantasizing about this one time in life when you were 20 and you weighed this, 110 pounds, and you've never been able to get back there. And the only way that you actually got there was through heavy exercise and heavy restriction. But you still tell yourself that that's the weight that you need to be, i.e. always making yourself wrong and always feeling bad about yourself because of it, right? So talk about like a hammer coming down on ourselves, beating ourselves up relentlessly. Doesn't feel good. So ladies, we want to stop that. Well, what's hard when you're a planner and you're a controller and you're hell-bent on making yourself wrong and fixated on the fact that you need to lose weight in order to be this woman that you want to be and be the best version of you, I always tell people, start living the life that you want to live, and the best version of you will follow. Start living the life that you want to live, and the best version of you will follow. Every woman instead that diets is waiting to get to their goal weight before they live the life that they really want to live. Again, living in a state of deprivation, and it's filled with like absolutely no joy, and it's just like lack mentality, constantly in fear and separation from their highest self because they're sitting there thinking that something's wrong with them. So how do we actually be in a space of being comfortable with the uncertainty? And how do we start to sit there and live our best life to become the best version of us so we can lose weight without trying and making ourselves wrong, right? This is done with dieting. Hello. So we want to do that, and this is how we want to do that. We want to come into a space of really getting into clarity around who we want to be and start to feed our mind with that. So I'm a hypnotherapist, and I really specialize in positive psychology, and I'm a mindset master. This is what I do with my clients. I really work to take away, it's almost like doing a lobotomy without me cutting your brain out of your head and replacing it with what I want. That's right. I just made myself sound really kind of freaky and weird. I'm like, yeah. So I basically sat there and said to myself, I know that we have 80,000 thoughts on repeat. 40,000 of them are negative, and we basically wake up with those each day, every day. Well, how do we stop the negative thoughts? We have to reprogram our mind with the things that we want to think. But everybody always says, well, when I just say them to myself, it's just words, and it doesn't really matter, and I don't believe them. Yeah, you know what though? You will if you repeat them to yourself enough. So what I want you all to do is I want you to get your phones, and I want you to go to the voice memo, and I want you to actually make a list of affirmations that you want yourself to believe based off of the life and body that you want to have. So first step to this is take time to actually write out the body and life that you want to have. Write out your dream life and your dream body. How does it feel? And don't just sit there and go, I weigh 115 pounds. No, who cares? You're not wanting to lose weight because you want to weigh 110 pounds or 15 pounds or 30 pounds or whatever the hell it is. You want to lose weight because you want to feel sexy. You want to lose weight because you want to feel hot. You want to lose weight because you want to wear anything in your closet, and you want endless energy, and you want to just feel good, and you don't want to feel crazy around food. That's why you want to lose weight. So what does that feel like? It feels like freedom. It feels like bliss. It feels amazing. You feel light. You feel energized. Write a story around the emotions, the embodiment of what you want to feel, right? So I take my clients on a journey through this. It's actually kind of it's an extensive journey, but I'm giving you the shorthanded. So I want you to write this down. I want you to actually take time. So don't just, ladies, please do what I'm telling you to do so it actually works. Just hearing these Facebook Lives is not action. I'm about taking action. I'm a very results-oriented coach. I'm not about you just sitting and hearing things. You have to take on what I'm telling you in order for it to work. So first step of this is actually writing out the life that you want to have, right? It's January. This is the perfect time to make those resolutions stick. And this is also when everybody wants to stop and basically gives up on them. So don't let that be you. Let's put these into action. So write out what is it you want to have. A year from now, you and I are in a Facebook Live. What do you want to sit there and be like, holy shit, Melissa, I did that exercise. Okay, I just got excited and I twirled my necklace here. Okay, I don't know what's going on. So I want you to be like, I'm so excited. I got the life that I wanted. I have the body and I'm so happy, right? That can be yours. So write this out. Then step 2 of that is I want you to get a voice memo, and I actually want you to read the story to yourself, because it is proven on a subconscious level that you hearing your own voice is going to shift you on a cellular, on a visceral level, that you hearing that. And I want you to fall asleep to it. I want you to put little earbuds in. I want you to fall asleep to it, not the wireless ones, because I don't want you to get brain tumors. I want you to put the little earbuds in And I want you to listen to it. And I want you to listen to it while you're getting ready for work in the morning. And I also want you to end it by saying positive affirmations for the body and life that you want to have. I am more than enough exactly as I am. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I lose weight easily and effortlessly. I have my ideal body in 2018. I lost weight without even trying. My pants are so big on me. I no longer have cravings. I'm confident, I'm sexy, I feel free, I don't know, keep going, but take those are good starters, right? And I want you to use that. So I just want to go back through this. One, we want to start off with gratitude each day, every day. Get a gratitude journal, write it down, and take time to do that. Also, you can get a gratitude jar. You would think that I work for these people. I don't know where my friend got it. Rach, where do we get this? Are you online with me? I'm not sure. She's the bestest friend though ever. But you can make one of these at home. I think she might have, I don't know where she got it. I'll find out and I'll post it. Okay, but you can also just do this, get a mason jar or get a big vase and just put little Post-it notes and put I'm grateful for, and do it each day, every day, and then look at them at the end of each month and just let it fill you up with immense joy, right? Step 2 is we want to sit in meditation. We want to come back to faith and connectedness with ourselves. And Insight Timer is a great app to help you with meditation if you're unfamiliar. Go on gratitude walks, go in nature, sit with yourself, ask questions, and actually listen to what is coming back for you. Write it down in your journal and use it as proof and evidence that you are actually getting divine guidance, and to regain and reestablish a relationship with yourself so that you can start to trust yourself and your body that is working to love you and support you. Step 3 is about feeding your mind what you want to see, feel, hear, and experience, and giving yourself the juice for what it is that you want to create in 2018 so that you can have your best life yet. Okay, that's step 3. Now, step 4 is my bonus, and this is really how to turn hardships into healing. You want to look at, and it's very, very important. This is probably one of the hardest things to do. I want you to look at what's coming up for you in your life. What is it that you're experiencing? And how does it mirror something that you've been wanting? Or what can it be? How do I say this? I'm going to use cancer for an example, okay? So cancer for me, it was really hard, right? So let's really look at this because I can't believe I'm sharing this. So I got fraud, then I got identity theft, then I got thyroid cancer. Thyroid cancer is directly linked to your 5th chakra. Your 5th chakra is about using your voice. It's about self-expression. And I really had to start asking myself, where am I hiding myself? Where am I not using my voice? Where am I not fully self-expressed? So you might be sitting here thinking well, Melissa, you have your own business and your own brand. You come on here, you do Facebook Lives, you do webinars, you have podcasts, you wrote a book. I wrote books. You've got, you're all over the place. You're on TV, you do this, you do that. How in God's name are you not using your voice? Well, I can tell you in a lot of ways. I've definitely held myself back, and I saw where I quieted my voice when I was younger and in different capacities throughout my life, where I made myself wrong instead of making myself right, where I didn't use my voice and really tell people what I was thinking, where I wasn't allowing myself the validity of what felt true for me, or I started to let somebody else's voice be more powerful than my own. Okay, I started letting somebody else's vision for my business take on instead of using my own and going, oh, they know more than me because they already did this, so I'm going to take their advice. No, this is about staying true to my truth, right? So I'm sharing this with you from myself because I really had to reflect and look at, and it wasn't easy. Right? I'm in health and wellness. I believe in the law of attraction. And I'm sitting there thinking, how did I attract in this experience? What is it about this experience? How can I use this experience as a catalyst towards the change that I desire, that I've been longing for in my life, that maybe I've been too fearful to step into? Because I don't believe you just get cancer so you can stay the same, right? Just like I don't believe that we have hardships and we have things that are challenging in our lives. I don't believe it's so that we can feel challenged and experience struggle so we can live the exact same life in the exact same way. No, you have to take those. I believe that God gives them to us. So because he's saying, I'm answering your prayers. You've been praying to go higher. I'm giving you this gift that's actually going to take you to such a place of surrender, to such a place of looking within oneself, so that you can then go to a place so much greater than you ever thought was possible. I'm going to give you the wings to fly there. And it's not going to be easy, because if everything was easy, you wouldn't get the lessons. If everything was easy, you wouldn't go to the places that you're going to go to this year or through this experience. And I said to myself, how can I turn lemons into gold? Lemons into gold, because I don't ever want to regret anything that's happened in my life, because it's happened so that I can help others. It's happened so that I can help myself to live the life that I want to live, because there are things that aren't in alignment. And although I thought I was in alignment, there were things where I wasn't fully shining. I wasn't giving myself the opportunities or seizing everything that came my way. Most of all, I wasn't sitting there waking up each day going, God, I love me. Like, I so freaking love myself. And I love this life. Look at how amazing my life is. I actually was looking going, I should be here. I should be married. I should have kids. Should I be living here? Oh, I should be doing more with my business. I should be a New York Times bestseller. I should. I was shitting all over myself without even realizing it, because I still sat there and I'm like, no, I love me to pieces. And no, I'm so out there. And I wasn't flying as high as I could go. And this isn't, I want to preface this. I'm not making myself wrong. I started going, how can I have more fun and feel more freedom and feel so in love with the life that I've created and who I am? How can I do that at such a deep level where I'm not yet? Because I'm surface loving me. I'm surface living my dreams. I'm surface. I wasn't like really sitting there. And I woke up and it was even the other day, I woke up and I just go, God, I love me so much. I'm so excited to live my life today. I'm so excited that I'm me. I don't want to be anybody else. I don't want anybody else's body. I don't want to live anybody else's life. I want my life. And I'm done looking towards the future. And I'm done putting any focus on what I don't have. I'm going to focus so much on what I have and be so in love with it, so ridiculously thrilled with my life and the choices that I've made and with what brought me here, that there is no room for ever making myself wrong or doubting. I'm going to make every decision that I've ever made so right. And I'm going to make this exact position that I'm in my life right now, the greatest gift of all. There is nothing that I've experienced to date that didn't happen as exactly as it was supposed to, in divine right order. And the more that I can live into that being my truth, the greater the gift of each day and all that I get to experience. It is so simple to look at life as, God damn it, I get to live this life in this body and do all that I can. And I'm going to share every moment and share every nugget and gift and truth and all the love that I can, because I am so much better off being me and loving me. Does this make sense? That is how to take hardships and turn them into gold. That's how to take lemons and turn them into gold, hardships into healing. That's how to take all of it and not turn to food. Because when you're so freaking in love with you and the life that you live, and you take every ounce of pain, every ounce of fear, every doubt, every joy, every love, every hug, every gift that somebody gives you, every time somebody smiles at you, holds a door for you, says thank you, or looks your way, and you just say, God, this is the amazing life that I get to live. And I just get to be excited by what comes next. Instead of being fearful or sad or living in doubt, focus on why you're great instead of why you think you're broken. Focus on why you're amazing instead of why you're less than. Focus on all that you have and give up playing victim to whoever you think you were supposed to be. You're who you're supposed to be. Now live into the greatness and the truth of who she is. All right. I'm going to end on that powerful note. I hope that this really speaks with you or speaks to you, and that you take what I'm saying to you as truth, and knowing that you're here hearing this message for a reason, because it's meant to catapult you further in life and towards healing. Don't be a victim. Turn yourself and anything that's going on into your life into gold and gifts, and be grateful for them. They're happening to you for a reason. And in so many ways we've asked for them, as freaky as it sounds and as hard as it can sound. And look to that and go, okay, in what ways did I ask for this, and how's it taking me closer to what it is that I really want, and to the truth and the beauty of who I am? And then live into that. And please do the exercises that I gave you here today. There's an amazing free gift that we have for you. Go to this link right now. This is an exercise that I did. It's an exercise that I give my clients, and I really wanted to share it with you. It's super powerful. Go to the link, put your name and email in, and you'll get the free gift right away. It's really powerful. Please share this also too, this Facebook Live, with anybody that you know that's going through a hard time, that's really needing some words of wisdom and guidance. I really hope that this was I hope that it was inspiring for you. And I hope that, again, that you really heard, take what speaks to you and leave what doesn't. That's truly my belief with anything when it comes to self-help and development. You have to take the things that speak to you. If something rubbed you the wrong way, then it's not meant for you right now. You know, maybe it's meant for you later on, or maybe it's not meant for you at all. And if something hit you at your core, take it, right? And I just want to thank you so much for showing up and for being here and for being a part of this community, my community. I really love what I do. I don't take it lightly. I feel and really believe that it's a blessing and a gift. And I'm absolutely honored that you're taking your time and your life to be here with me today. So I know we're all so busy. So again, if you know anybody going through a hardship, I would absolutely be honored if you could share this with them. Please put your comments below. Go and get your free gift. And also, if you're not a part of Done With Dieting, our Done With Dieting group, it's an exclusive free community that I created complimentary to all the women out there that are ready to be done with dieting, that know that it doesn't work, and that are really looking for the support and the sisterhood to take themselves higher and to really thrive in life in a body that they love. It's time to stop dieting and to start living. And I would love to have you be a part of that community. I'm doing a Facebook Live in there answering your questions live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, and even if you just come in for the Facebook Lives, it's worth it. So I would love to have you there. That link is going to be posted below. And again, just thank you so much for being here. Jill, everybody, thank you. Andy, Sally, Jill, Jen, Jason, it's so nice to meet you. Is that quiet time, like no noise or reading? Bible reading is great for morning practice. In my morning practice, I do. Oh, okay, maybe I should end. Hey, Daisy. She just gets excited. She sees people. Daisy. She's gonna keep barking. So you know what? I'm gonna end on that note. So reading, writing, and meditating is really my morning practice, Andy. And Angie, it's so nice to see you. Sally. Carissa, oh, I love you, girl. I reached out to a friend. You are so good. Paige, it's so nice to see you. Carl, what's up, man? Carl and I, we went to a dance in high school together. What a dream. Okay. Oh my God, Jenny, it's so good to see you. I have to tell you when I come to New York, Rebecca, Bali, I can't wait to go. I'm running a retreat there. She's running a retreat there too. Michelle, I love you, girl. Joy, so good to see you. Sheila, oh, you guys are just such a gift. So thank you so much for being here. Oh, also, so tomorrow, Done With Dieting group, I'll be doing a Facebook Live. Next week's Done With Dieting. Guys, so I wrote a book called Eat Right for Your Archetype. I'm super stoked because I'm going to be going through with you. If you sit there and really resonate with the perfectionist and you're ready to be done with the perfectionist and you're sitting there thinking like, oh, I'm not perfect. Like I never look perfect. I'm not a perfectionist. That's not being a perfectionist. A perfectionist is always measuring yourself to perfection and having perfection keep you in a space of procrastination instead of actually going for what you want. And many perfectionists are control freaks. I know, I'm a recovering one. And we also, no matter what we do, it's never good enough. So if this resonates with you and you're ready to be done with that, join me next week. And we also have another juicy free gift for you. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week on Done With Dieting Live. Love you all.